Hey everybody, Hugh here. Welcome back. Well, it's later August. Time to get a shot of the courtyard area in all its glory and what's going on here. It has been a very wet August by all accounts. We have had some dry spells, but on the most part, if you were to ask, I think anyone, what has the weather been like for August 2023, people will say wet, with a few spells in between. That doesn't mean there hasn't been blooms, and in fact some of the plants have recovered well after the deluge in July, and you can see there plenty of goings on. There has been some deadheading going on here, probably a need for a little bit more, but that reflects maybe my own change away from spending time in the garden to outings out and about before the autumn kicks in fully and properly, and it's been a good one, I can tell you. But anyway, back to the gardening piece. You can see there the cosmos, the white cosmos are a joy, not only for ourselves, but you can see the bees are working away on them as well, appreciating the pollen and maybe some of the nectar too. You can see there's various flowers there still hanging on. Some of the summer ones, the earlier summer ones, have gone over, but the osteospermums have come back lovely. Now they really did suffer with all the rain in July, but you can see them there. They're looking very, very well. The lobelia has been a perennial and it has been great. And you can see the coleus, the foliage coleus to the back there is lovely. The rose up on the windowsill does need to be deadheaded. We popped it up there earlier in the month because it had some lovely flowers on it, but it's gone over now as well. And one of the lilies there is out of flowers. And it is at this time of year where we see more emphasis on the foliage, isn't it? As the flowers, the summer flowers begin to wane, you begin to notice there's a euonymus there, down beside the pale alstroemeria, and the croposma there as well. And of course, some more cosmia. You can't go wrong. Interestingly, the fuchsia, which was looking well at the start of the month, hasn't performed as expected. I thought it would be producing more and more flowers, so we don't know what's going on there. We'll have a check. And the pink alstroemeria there, it has got a couple of new flower buds coming on it. You can see one there, and there's one coming up, and then there's some that have been deadheaded, need to be removed. And the Indian summer, the two Indian summer, because we split the plant. In fact, there's 3 Indian summer, but anyway, who's counting? The Indian summer, again the same thing, just deadheading. Some fresh shoots coming on. They'll be moved into the grow tunnel soon as the tomatoes are disappear out of the grow tunnel and space becomes more premium for the autumn time. They'll move back in and they will produce more flowers. You can see the Cana australis came back into flower again this year. Which is amazing considering, I don't want to say it didn't get that much care, but it was a lot of heat and it really did look after itself, trying to keep the slugs off when the shoots are young. And there's 2 more canas there. They haven't flowered, but I wasn't growing them for the flowers. I just love the large green tropical looking foliage. It really is superb, quite an effect here. And of course the ginkgo there, and there is a climber in there along with a winter viburnum, which is looking a little bit, I question about the vine weevil. But anyway, and grasses are always a feature. And again, the grasses become more prominent this time of year, as does the maples, and that's superb. And you would have seen the maple, if you look back through the courtyard videos in the spring and somewhere, the maple has always looked well, but you can see the glow that it takes on at this time of year is just superb. It really is. And the pot pond underneath is nicely settled. I did thin out the lily leaves as I said I was going to, and goldfish have been added. It would have been on one of the shorts there a while ago, and they're now I don't know if you can see there, they're used to the shadow coming over. They associate it with food. And a willow there but you wouldn't really notice at this time of year. It's green foliage, the little weeping willow in a pot. That'll come into its own now in the spring. But yeah, the red Japanese maple, and you combine that maybe with the likes of the orange crocosmia there. That was a recent purchase, a particular variety. Really is that autumnal look, isn't it? Yeah, it's super effects. The table and chairs has not been used. It was getting great use up earlier in the summer, and once or twice maybe since then, but honestly the motivation it goes with the rain, doesn't it? It really does. We find different places to eat, primarily indoors and primarily under cover, although I have to say the flask has had a use or two on our outings up and down the country, taking in the wonderful sights. Now, some nice foliage mixes. You can see there the cornus controversa variegata, the wedding cake tree, just lovely foliage, and some more acers looking a little bit battered. Dixonia antarctica, big tree fern, looking good there. Very interestingly, they are some busy lizzies that are in container. The container is a 6-pack that I got them in. They never actually made it into a bowl, but they flowered away there, a little bit of feeding, and that lovely Berberis variegata in front. And there is Judith's, what do you call it? Sedums. So looking good there. Have to be careful they don't get flooded in that. And just been harvesting tomatoes and some peppers as well, so you can see them. They'll be processed. They'll go into the freezer, chopped and go into the freezer, and we'll use them again in the spring. So all in all, courtyard looking nice. It is, I suppose, looking seasonal for the time of year. Some summer flowers remaining very nice, others going over, and the need then to revamp for the autumn time. We have some grasses there in the background, and I've no doubt there'll be some winter flowering pansies purchased and put into bowls then just for that autumn effect. Thanks as always for the comments and the chats. I know I haven't been on that much, too busy being out and about, to be quite honest, but it is nice to check in with people and see how things are going in the garden and all the produce being harvested at the moment. Do look after yourselves, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. All the best for now. God bless. Bye bye.